afternoon, everyone. Taking further the introduction of theme of by VP Sanjay sir and further by Madam Usha Rani. There are three different dots which, as a panelist, we want to connect. The first one is religion. Man is religious for self-development and betterment, you know that. And religion creates an ethical framework and also regulates for values. Religion also acts as agency of socialization, and it brings values like love, empathy, respect and harmony. So this is the background about religion, and if we are talk about humanity, it is mankind, human being as a whole, that is humanity. And the principle and the base of every religion is humanity. Religion teaches us to gain esteem. Service of humanity is service to God. We all know that. And we all look for peace, happiness, satisfaction. And every religion tells us about this aspect of humanity. So these are in a way interrelated. And if we talk in Indian constitutional point of view, Article 25 to 30, these talks about freedom of religion. And if anyone does offense to these articles, they are punishable under IPC 1860, which counts from 295 to 298. Basically, if anyone hurts, spoils places of worship, and we see such incidents in India very often nowadays. So that is also concern for as a citizen. And 295A deals with outrage religious feelings. 296 deals with disturbing religious gatherings. 297 enter without permission to burial locations, and 298 emitting words to cause harm to religious feelings. I'm just referring this IPC and the article of freedom of religion, especially because a lot of cases across India, we are witnessing this. These are being reported in media, and social media also is filled with such content which ultimately propagates the hatred and differences between people. The people from north probably will correlate some of the examples which I am going to quote here. It's like we had a lot of series of incidents of Gurugram worshipping case. We have stories from Aligarh temple puja kind of things. We often hear about comedians speaking, presenting while doing their presentation or their mimicry. The cases pertaining to religious hurts, sentiments, these come up, and a lot of criminal cases are being investigated. Journalists also face these kinds of cases. And if we talk about Haryana and Punjab specifically, the sacrilege cases are always in the news, and the power from across nations, or certainly the neighboring states which do not wish that India should be a stable country, so they try to keep their intervention in such a manner, try to to support separatist movements and all that. So these cases we often see in Haryana and Punjab, sacrilege cases. And now we talk about, if we talk about, I was referring to this Auguste Comte. He first talked about religion of humanity. He was a French philosopher who talked about religion of humanity. And if we talk about human values, which you all of you know that it is about self-direction, stimulation, achievement, security, tradition, and universalization. And everything leads to peace and prosperity of society. And we have to respect all the essential values as a citizen. Madam Usharani has talked at length about self-reliant India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. As you know, that it was coined roughly in May 2020, and the core of this is to create wealth and values. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that too, not only for ourselves but for the larger humanity. So that is the base. And NEP also talks about this Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is good for the world. And if we refer to recent vaccine diplomacy in India, India was quite successful on that, and world over, our respect, our nation's respect has gone up due to this gesture, which was very fruitful for mankind. And this ripple effects of war and peace the whole world faces, we have to see in that way. So Atmanirbhar Bharat, basically it talks about spatial economy and comprehensive package. And when the opening remarks were given, so 10% of GDP, that is 20 lakh crore, is being aimed for this Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, and media is having a great chunk on it. And you know that the main pillars are the economy, infrastructure, system, that is basically technology driven, vibrant democratic system we all have, and the demand which has been outlined in this Atmanirbhar campaign. So basically it is cutting down the import dependence. If we talk in brief about Atmanirbhar Bharat, so focusing on substitution, that is safety, compliance, and with quality goods. So if we talk about media content, India is a great media consumer society, huge market, number of audience is great. We have big chunk of the audience and consumers and purchaser as well. And right from the children to school going college kids, talking about academic content, women, elderly people, we have a lot of media consumers on news, entertainment, gaming, animation is a big industry. All we have to look for that, to harness that potential. And basically Atmanirbhar campaign is about local products. And as a language diverse society, in India we have a lot of potential in local content, local languages there, and the numbers of viewers are growing up, readers are growing up, you know that. So vernacular language is getting more popular, and that and other contents too, as Professor B.P. Sanjay mentioned. YouTube is the biggest platform, OTT platforms are coming, and advertising campaigns are now made more accurately targeted through all the algorithms they use to reach out to the specific audience. And a whole generation of young millennials is proudly watching content in native language. So these are some of the opportunities in context to media, and that too with Atmanirbhar Bharat. So this was my point of view on this. Thank you.